Early Fairly Odd Parents was usually pretty spot on, especially when it came to the holiday specials. But they more or less missed it with Valentine's Day. Hello, Jeremy Senpai here, and continuing along with our month of love, we are talking about the Fairly Odd Parents Valentine's Day special, Love Struck. And boy, there is a lot to say here. First off, I just want to say that I love the Fairly Odd Parents, especially in the early years. Though I kinda ducked out when they announced Poof. But this is one of the exceptions. This isn't a bad special by any means. It's more of a C minus special among A's and B's. But let's just get right to it. The episode opens in Fairy World, where Cupid is preparing for Valentine's Day. Timmy wants Trixie to be his Valentine, but when he asks Cupid who his special someone is, Cupid tells Timmy that Tootie is meant to be his special somebody, kinda defeating the purpose of Valentine's Day entirely, making it sound like who you choose to fall in love with isn't your own choice, but instead it's Cupid's choice. Later, at school, we see the students starting to pair while Timmy searches for the right Valentine's Day gift for Trixie. But the real problem here is that how they play this out. Despite an episode like The Boy Who Would Be Queen being around, Timmy still has no idea what to get Trixie for Valentine's Day, and even more so, they emphasize typical things like all men are gross meatheads and all women are dainty and neat.
Oh, Timmy, you just gotta figure out what girls love. Robots? Action figures? Sports!
Like, we have an entire episode devoted to getting rid of those tropes, and yet they still beat this over our heads. This eventually leads to an entire song where Timmy tries to win over Trixie, complete with a full stage set and backup dancers. However, Trixie rejects him yet again, and her catapult trap launches Timmy and the entire Valentine's Day act off her lawn once again. And as Timmy frets that things could not be any more embarrassing, he looks up to see every girl in Dimsdale saw him get rejected and was laughing at him. Next, 2D runs over to Timmy to stick up for him, declaring she loves him, but this only causes the other girls to laugh at Timmy even harder. Finally, Timmy is completely done with this. He debunks 2D even further and runs off away from her. While hiding from Tootie, Timmy blames Wanda for his Valentine's Day disaster, and he wishes for all women to be gone from Dimsdale. Though this eventually extends to the entire planet, where men and women are separated and completely lose their memories of each other. Like, seriously, Timmy, between this wish, the Christmas Everyday Wish, where he screwed up so bad it was added to the rules, he wishes everyone in the world to be the exact same. This eventually led to the fairy godparents not being able to find their godkids, this causing them to explode from not using their magic. He wishes to trade places with Cosmo and Wanda as their godparent. He releases all the anti fairies on Friday the 13th and dozens of other hazardous wishes. I'm actually amazed that Timmy still has godparents. But I digress. Yeah, again. And we see the two civilizations where the women are all clean and nice while the men are gross and disgusting. Okay, I get it. This is Butch Hartman and he loves his tropes, but still. And because of the separation of men and women, this causes Cupid to start to get weaker and lose his power. However, the men and women start to have lingering feelings for their significant others despite not having any memories. And the entire time, Cupid is literally having the answer to his question spoon fed to him on a game show and now decides to do something about it. Realizing he was in the wrong, Timmy breaks down the wall separating the men and women, and in typical fashion, they start a civil war with each other. Timmy then gets recruited by Cupid to fix his own mistake, and Timmy returns home and uses Cupid's love spell arrows to make everyone fall in love with the first person they see. And I just gotta say that for all we know, Timmy probably broke up multiple marriages using those arrows. Yes, he brought back couples he knew about, like his parents and godparents, but at the start of the episode, Cupid explained how his magic works, and whoever gets hit by his arrow end up together. And yeah, there's no way Timmy didn't break up more than a few couples here. And for fixing the problem he himself caused, Timmy is given his own arrow to use on whoever he wants. And yeah, the fact that Timmy was willing to use a love spell on Trixie is a little disturbing. But in the end, when Trixie approaches Timmy, claiming that she rejected him out of habit and having no use for the arrow, Timmy, seeing Tootie crying, he decides to give up on Trixie for Valentine's Day and walk over to give Tootie what she wants, thus using the Cupid's love arrow on himself. And Trixie, of course, in typical fashion, is interested in Timmy, but will most likely go back to her old ways by her next appearance. And the episode ends with Tootie wasting no time on Timmy under the love spell. And the episode just ends there. Okay, now for me to nitpick. This episode was an okay Valentine's Day special. The main thing here is that they emphasize that if you aren't in a relationship, then you're wasting your time as a human being.
Your soulmate is your complement, not your missing piece.
They also establish that Cupid's magic is permanent, effectively taking away all free will, and that his magic completely takes over the mind and emotions of whoever falls under it. And what's more, is that they play the male female stereotypes way too much. And I get it, it's Butch Hartman, and he loves his character tropes. But they did this perfectly in the episode The Boy Who Would Be Queen, where we see Trixie Tang, Timmy's crush and the most popular girl in school, liking boy stuff as much as she does girl stuff. So, how they went from that to this is truly amazing and not in a good way. I am not afraid to say that some of the best women I know can play fighter games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat better than me, and they're the ones who like football, while I'm more of a baseball guy. But the point I'm trying to make is that this episode took what was already established just a season or two ago and throws it out the window instead of building on what was already there. As far as Valentine's Day specials, it was an okay one. It's a bit of a B minus among A pluses and A's. But those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Do you think this episode was good, or am I just being too critical? Please tell me in the comments down below. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Hit like and subscribe if you like what you heard and you want to hear more. And I hope you enjoy this month of love.